card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be presto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see Modesto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, I make pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Ay, 16 cars in my front yard. Ay, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your fifth grand.
On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. This will be fielded at the 8. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Use your quarters.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Check 13. Greystone travel. Hey, exit. Go. Better bring it. You better bring it. Get it.
2nd and 3. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Got a man open, it's Ross. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati 1st down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38.
Check, 4 down, 4 down. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Woo-hoo. Check. Check, hot route, hot. Bravo. Speed dribble.
From the gun to give to Mixon. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Coming to you, coming down.
They'll set up to throw. That's complete. Bernard. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Down, 50, plant.
It's our time. It's our time.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Check, crunch. Ready?
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Nixon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. From 4 yards out. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 7-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, first and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Regular. Real. Hey, Alpha. Shoot. General West. I got you.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And got his man complete. It's a gain of 34.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game.
King.
They go play action. Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jordan Evans in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Mayfield looks to throw. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Landry, the intended target. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
brings up 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Second and 11. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward. The 20. There he goes left side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Alert 3. 50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Watch the slants. Watch the slant.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Hey, Delta.
Out.
Bear.
6 guys.
Get.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Hey, Haywood.
50, mark 50, mark 50.
Looking to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football. So they wound up passing on a long field goal try, but that works out for them really well. That one's down inside the 5-yard line.
And it's risky because your punter, if he puts it in the end zone, the net result not worth it, but there, I think worth it.
King. Hey, box truck.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to look deep now for Landry. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. Pretty fortunate there, the interception that ended the last drive, and then boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call him to question his decision-making here.
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Ooh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams. The spark that often wins games.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Go. Hey.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Keep breaking the ball.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now Joe Mixon, and an alley to run. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally wrestled down at the 11. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 11. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
X3, 218, chop it.
Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50. Yeah.
80 weapon.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now.
Mixon will try the right side, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
He's brought down back at the 16-yard line.
Ready? 8-3.
Mike's 50. Coming. Switch. Check next
5.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Browns drive about to get started. Partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, Orbit.
Check 24. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Check 52. Check. I got it.
Mayfield to throw it. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Point it right. Hey, Charlie.
Mike 51. Get ready. Check 50.
Alert.
Check 99. Watch the twist.
Hey, alert 33.
Slam. Whip.
Hey, seam 6. Watch out.
Here's Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 20 on the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd and 13. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Don't get nervous.
They'll look to throw here. Going deep downfield for Rump. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. It's a gain of 34.
First down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Hey, Echo.
I'm coming out to you.
Pilot, 64, reach.
Another try for Mixon. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
Ready. Hey, Zoo.
Here we go, 50. Mike 50. Watch the run.
And on the 2.
Back to throw here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for A.J. Green. Incomplete. It's now 14.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Bullock's kick is good. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. So a little late drama in the first half as that kick will give them the lead into intermission.
Isn't this fun the way that this is unfolding? You're exactly right. The late drama, 3 points with a new leader.
That'll be taken in the end zone. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Mayfield down. It's caught. Beckham. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Baker Mayfield, in all likelihood, is going to be seeing a lot of these Cincinnati Bengals in the coming years, twice this season. And he got off to a great start last year as a rookie against Cincinnati. 7 touchdown passes, no interceptions, and 2 wins. Mayfield from the gun on third down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football, football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Check 13. Shift. Hurry, hurry.
Back to it after the pick 6, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Check. Check hot route. Hot. Hey.
And the blitz does come. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And this offense set up with a very short field. 1st and 10 inside the 20.
Motion.
Blue draw Corker.
50, Mike's 50. Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Deep rip.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But it's going to be 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. On the toss, Mixon. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Let's go, baby.
Christian travel.
Get that ball. Check 37. Check 37.
Here's a run with Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Hey, exit.
Mike's 50.
Now. Ready.
They'll try and throw for it. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Geno Atkins, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
You got tight right there.
General West.
Joker. Hey, switch gears.
Mayfield on play action. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Mayfield now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. Play fake, Mayfield. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland 1st. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Mayfield off the play fake. Flushed out right, and he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Mayfield finding Beckham, and he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. On first down, they'll run with Chubb, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carlos Dunlap make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. They go play action. Mayfield. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Rashard Higgins. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that will shave 1 more off this lead. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They begin with a run by Mixon. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Hard, hard.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Open man is Uzama. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Hey, Jack.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Get it.
2nd and 2. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Watch the safety creep. Watch that, watch that, watch that. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Squeeze.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Brings up 4th down and 1.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
They run for it with Mixon. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Alpha. Five.
2nd and 1. Oh, no, he lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. The Browns drive about to get started. Now, they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone, and with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football. I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
Hey, Delta.
Watch the ship. Check 52. Check, 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 check.
2nd and 5 now. Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Hey, Haywood.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Point it right. 50 wants the mic. 50 wants the mic.
Hey, Foxtrot.
50 wants the mic. Hey.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. Going deep here for Landry. And no, it's incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
X3, 218, chopper. Yo, cheetah.
Watch twist. Check 99.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Good work, boy. Let's go.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
25, check 25, check. Run. Watch out.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield, he's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here. That's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
4 down. Jam.
Yeah.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They toss to Mixon. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, 33 yards. yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be fielded at the 8. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started.
Pick your game up. 49, check 49, check 49. J.O. 133. Kill. Alert. Kill.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The Bengals drive about to get going. And still a little bit of time left, but the defense can't stop the clock. So 3 kneel downs should be enough to finish this one off. They'll come out throwing here on first down. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Hey, Charlie. Any weapon. Look at me. Zipper. Please grip.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Hey, team 6. Now.
They're going to look to throw, and the pressure gets to him again. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I'll bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Cincinnati, they've indeed run the table here on the regular season. They finish a perfect 16-0, joining the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to ever do so. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Browns, it'll be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 6-10. And I think you have to say, ultimately, this would